about Jerry Springer?
I did. Jerry Springer died last week.
I think at 76, 79.
76 years old. Jerry Springer, I remember so many times when I would either be sick from school or whatever, I stayed home, I would always watch. I would watch Maury, I would watch Jerry Springer, and I would watch Jenny Jones or one of those shows.
I mean, Jerry Springer was a very problematic show.
Oh, it was very problematic. I mean, and they were. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I remember thinking as a kid, because I didn't know any better, that these like real people, but they were oftentimes paid actors, or like they were paid to do these things on TV. They weren't like real situations.
Well, I think that people. I don't know. I've never really been on a talk show in that capacity, and I think they get paid regardless, like no matter what. But a lot of them were like revving it up, and
yeah, there's a whole TikTok about it. I stumbled into these TikToks
who came out on TikTok and who were saying like they were just antagonized and like kind of like low key tricked into doing it.
Like, I haven't seen those TikToks. Like they're like, how are you tricked into doing Jerry Springer?
Well, no, tricked into going into a hostile environment. Like they'll go in, and then when they get there, there's like someone like the producers take them out the night before to get like wasted, and then they come in and they're tired, but there's no food. All there is left is like energy drinks and more alcohol for craft services. This is all alleged, and there's nothing but. And then like before you go out, someone like yells at you, like is literally screaming at you right before you go on stage.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard of that stuff, but rest in peace, Jerry Springer. Gave a lot of daytime. Then after Jerry, I think Jerry Springer like retired.
He was a governor too.
Governor of where?
I think Wyoming.
So random.
Can you Google that, Jacob? Jerry Springer was the governor of some state. Wyoming, maybe. I might be making up the state, but he was a governor before he was. Before
the show.
Ohio.
What city was what state was he? That scans. He was a governor of the state of Ohio.
And then when he retired, his big security person was Steve Wilkos. And then it became the Steve Wilkos show after Jerry.
No. I know the Steve Wilkos show and the Jerry Springer show were going at the same time.
They were?
Yes, they were.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive. We can also Google that. And
Jacob, can you check?
It'll tell you when Jerry
Steve
Springer.
Wilkos, Wilkos.
Was also a
Jerry Springer show ran up until
it was like still in syndication, like up until a couple of weeks, like months ago. I saw it on TV randomly.
The final episode of Jerry Springer show ended in 2018.
Yeah, so but Jerry, I don't think Jerry was still doing it. Jerry gave up at some point, stopped doing it at some point. I think Steve took over, and that's when it became the Steve Wilkos show. I think.
I don't know if that's true, because I think Steve Wilkos has his own show, and Steve Wilkos show started in.
Yeah, it says in January 2007 they announced that Wilkos would host a talk show of his own.
Yeah, his show was in 2007, and Jerry Springer's show ended in 2018.
Wow, that's like a lot of these like there's this is alleged again. So I love Judge Judy. I am on Judge Judy TikTok. When I find like a Judge Judy TikTok channel, I will go to that page and go scroll all the way down and watch them like back to back to back to back. I find Judge Judy so fascinating. And
there's Judy Shineland.
And then I found this other TikTok that goes back to like the late 80s when she was still like a courtroom judge, and she is the exact same as she is in her show, with the same way she like ruled her courtroom in like reality, like in New York State when she would try cases there. But I say that to say there's all these alleged rumors that her and Bert weren't friends. And again, she doesn't have to be, but she like never.
Is Bert her bailiff?
Yeah, bailiff, Officer Bert. That she never spoke to him off camera, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that seems so. I mean, who knows how true that is? Who knows if we'll ever find out the truth? But she has a new iteration of her show, and she does not have Officer Bert anymore. And again, but he did it for so many years. He's probably like, "I'm retired. I made a lot of money. I'm good." And he just didn't want to do it anymore. I don't think they had bad blood. He just probably moved on.
I mean, I'm not really deep into the world of Judge Judy, but maybe there's a chance that they just weren't friends, but they weren't enemies. Like you have
Yeah.
people that aren't your friends, but you're not enemies. You just don't have much in common. You know.
I do a podcast with one.
Who, Lady Bunny?
You.
Let's start doing some advisory.
With you. Do you like? Wait, real quick. Did you like any of the judge shows? Like, did you watch Mathis? Did you watch?
Yeah, I watched Judge Judy. I watched Judge Mathis. I watched Judge Joe Brown. I watched Divorce Court. I watched the People's Court. I like Judge Million. I like Judge Maybelline Ephraim.
Oh my God, Judge Maybelline. Do you know who's crazy? She became like a Fox News correspondent. Judge Janine Shapiro. Fucking crazy ass bitch.
Yeah, girl. I mean, if you watch The View, you know Judge Shapiro.
Girl, her episodes of The View are iconic. So good.
But yeah. I used to watch all the. My mom used to love Judge. My mom used to have a big crush on Judge Mathis.
Judge Mathis, he's a little wild too. So low key, not low key, high key. Some of the stuff he would say would be so problematic.
Have you seen Judge Mathis going, I knew I smelled a little crack in you. I can always smell a little crack.
Because Judge, yeah, Judge Mathis.
And Judge O'Brien's to go, here's the problem with you young boys today. You all think that you're hip hopping and beat bopping, but you're not raising your children.
I don't remember Judge Joe Brown. I didn't really watch Judge Joe Brown.
Judge Joe Brown was like light-skinned Judge Mathis. Right. Judge Mathis was like, I knew you ain't smoke a little bit of crack.
Judge Mathis was hood.
And Judge Joe Brown was like, well, the problem with young children these days, you don't want to raise your kids. And they used to be straight up disrespecting Judge Joe Brown. Like Judge Joe Brown used to get dogged.
Yeah.
Dogged on his show.
I didn't really watch his because Judge Joe Brown was whack. He was fucking corny. Like nobody wanted no advice on a Judge Joe Brown.
Have you seen that lady who goes, what are you laughing for? What are you clapping for? What are you over there clapping for? Yay. I don't my baby doesn't have a child.
Oh yeah, the whole speech. She goes through that whole speech. Yeah. She's a new judge. She's a new age judge. I don't know her. But that's how Rolling Ray got famous. From being on that judge show.
Judge Toller. Miss Girl. Miss Toller.
All right, we got a second advisory. We are.
The other day, it was that I came in the house. She was looking at me, Judge Toller.
Rolling Ray. What happened to her? I've not seen Rolling Ray on my timeline in a while.
I think something happened to Rolling Ray, and he suffered some like severe burns on his body. I think I might be making this up, but I feel like he suffered some really severe burns on his body, and he like took a step away from social media, I think.
Oh, Jacob said that Judge Mathis's son follows you on Instagram, Bob.
Well, Judge Mathis's son is gay.
Is he cute?
He's very good looking.
Really?
Very beautiful.
What's his name?
I can't remember.
Greg Mathis.
Greg
Mathis Jr.
Is that his IG? Oh yeah,
he's beautiful.
He's gay.
He's gay. He's openly gay, or he open now. No, I'm kidding. And my mom wants me to be friends with him.
He has a nice smile.
My mother wants me to be friends with him.
Well, I think he booed up with this man. He is very cute.
No, he's very married. Very much married.
People who are married they just love being married. Oh my God, do you watch Love Is Blind?
No.
I know that's not your type of show. Oh my God, Brett, y'all!
What do you mean people who love being married? What does that mean?
People who married are always like showing off their little rings. They're always like, yeah, my husband, my wife, my partner.
When I tell you all that's fully about to be Monet exchange. When I tell you, you know that mean prepare to be sick of me, baby. When Monet gets married, prepare to be sick of her.
Well, Bob, you and I mean, you and I have a baby pact, which we haven't stood online, but when we have kids, we're having our kids at the same time so they can be best friends, so we can raise them together. And we also have to get.
And when we disown our kids, we're disowning our kids at the same time.
Oh, absolutely.
So if my kids on some bullshit, sorry to your kid. Maybe get my kid in line.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna drop the little motherfuckers off right at the Kroger, and best of luck to you.
We're gonna drop them both off in St. Lucia. Julieta gonna do round 2.
And then I think that we need to have a marriage pact. We have to get married at the same time.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Well, you don't want to get married, bitch. I might get married next week. You gonna gag?
I think I'm. The fact that how long y'all been together for 2 years? Me and Jacob been together for over 5
So,
years.
bitch,
Now.
when are you gonna propose? Jacob's sitting over there like.
Jacob and I have discussed.
Jacob is like, when is it giving engagement?
That's not true. First of all, Jacob does not want me to pop the question. Jacob doesn't like that.
But okay, so Jacob, and he's gonna pop in now. Jacob and I have chatted, and Jacob doesn't want you to surprise him, but Jacob is like, what's good, Miley?
Okay, first of all, me and Jacob had our conversation about
okay, but he didn't want to say this to you. Jacob confided in me. I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you.
Jacob. First of all, Jacob and I talk. Jacob wouldn't do that to me. I also, someone's online said, "Never say not my man, because your man will never all over." Don't say my man would never, because your man will never ever all over your face, honey. And baby, I learned that one time.
Ah, that is funny. That is funny.
I already learned that, bitch. Don't ever say my man would never, because baby,
Bob,
your man
you have ants in your pants. Y'all, this nigga has been fumbling around this damn hotel room since we got on this call half an hour.
No. No.
Jacob, am I lying?
No.
Jacob, am I lying?
No, let me speak. Let me talk my shit. First of all, what happened was I had to reset up my setup because I took my whole setup down. I took it to New Jersey to Mitch's house, and then I came back to Brooklyn where I am now, and I had to set it up. But since we've been recording, I've been sitting down.
I know. I didn't say since we were recording. I said for the last half hour, this nigga been bobbing up around this damn little square. If I see y'all, if I see this nigga get up one more time, this nigga, he on the floor, he's sitting on the chair, he getting the cushion, he getting the this, he gonna get a screw, he getting the cord. I'm like, sit down. You know when mom just want the kids to sit down, just sit down. Stop getting up, just sit down.
I gotta sit your ass down. Sit your ass down somewhere. Either sit your ass down and sit down somewhere.
I wish I could take a full. I wish I could I wish Black Mirror was real. You could take out a memory. I just want to go back to little Bob, and this call will gather you because I know you were. I was
a great child.
You were great, but I know you were a handful. You've admitted you were a handful. You were like, if I had a kid like me, I would go crazy.
Jacob said he'd be uncomfortable with me raising my voice at our children.
That is not what I said.
Oh, Jacob, get her.
Well, what did you say?
I said, if you hear a noise from the what is the situation where you would say to a child, "Sit your ass down"?
Wait, Jacob, say it again. Say, Jacob, just say sit your ass down. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
I said it once.
So the scenario is if I'm in the kitchen and I have let's say 2 kids, which I only want to have 1 kid, and they're in the other room and I hear something, especially if there's more than 1 kid. If little Kevin Jr. and Bobby Jr. are hanging out and I hear something fall, the first thing I'm yelling is sit down. Sit down in there.
That is not what you said.
Sit your asses down in there. So I can come in and assess what's going on because kids are going to try to do their little detective work and try to cover shit up. So the first thing is sit y'all asses down. Then I can come in and see what's going on. Sit your asses down in there.
You have all permission to tell my kid to sit his ass down or her ass down or their ass down. You have all because
I think I want to name my child Bobby. I think I thought of a lot of names, and I really like the name Bobby.
Bob, you can. I mean, you can. Or you can be Juniors, whatever. And I know it's not your legal name, it's your stage name, but that's.
I think Bobby's Bobby's is gender neutral. It's a cute name, and they can be like, "What is Bobby short for?" And they'll be like, "My name is just Bobby. My name is actually Bobby."
But people will make a nickname. That's just how that goes. No matter what your name is.
They can have nicknames. I'm not trying to stop nicknames. I just like for my child's name to be Bobby.
Your name could be K. People are calling you.
I don't mind a nickname. If the child wants a nickname, they can have a nickname. But I like the name Bobby. Jacob, thoughts on Bobby?
It's a conversation.
You fronting on this mother. You didn't like my other name?
What's the other one?
Genevieve.
Not the cackle, the audible
That
cackle.
is a medieval lady. Genevieve is a medieval witch.
Genevieve.
Genevieve is who you go talk to in 1600 if you're trying to get an abortion.
Well, you said you didn't like the name Genevieve, so I chose
Like
the
what
name
in The Witcher?
Bobby.
That is some Witcher shit.
Listen, let's take a break and then we'll talk about questions and names when we get back. We should do some advisory.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Just Genevieve to DQ and Bobby to DQ.
They'll be Caldwell's.
Bobby Caldwell?
I thought didn't you legally change your name to DQ?
Sorry.
Oh, just
my name is
your SAG name.
Still Christopher Caldwell.
Got it.
Christopher Delmar Caldwell.
Got it.
Well, I think also Bobby. You wouldn't want to do Bobby Caldwell.
Oh my God!
Already taken by somebody very famous, and if they ever do anything, they're gonna
become a blues musician.
Right, but this person's name is going to come up before them for a very long time of their career.
That's also your name in my phone. You're Bobby Caldwell on my phone.
If Michael B. Jordan can do it, then
all right, we got to do advice. We got to give advice.
Also, I probably got his Caldwell Ritz.
Hey, Bob and Monet, this is William from England. I just wanted to ask a question. I am a bottom, so how do people get the bottom ready all the time, every single day? Because I'm just never in that. I probably have sex like once a month, maybe once every couple of months. I'm just not that inclined. I'm not that type of person to be jumping on every dick, but I want to be. That's who I want to be in life. I want to be jumping on every dick every single day, but I'm never ready. So, like, do you guys have any, like, I don't know, preparations, or instead of just, like, douching before to make sure you're clean, do you, because I eat a lot of funny stuff as well, and I like spicy food, so I'm just never really in the mood to bottom, but I need to, like, get a better diet, I suppose, to bottom more. So, would you suggest drinking a lot more water and yogurt the day before, or what would your suggestions be?
Welcome to the stage, Annie Dickle do.
First of all, do teas not exist in the UK?
Teas?
But okay, first of all, I gotta say, there are some bottoms who are, I'm not a bottom. I have bottoms. There are some bottoms in these streets who are, it is so much of their life and their lifestyle that they change their diet.
Yeah, that is true.
They are taking fiber multiple times a day. They are preparing before they go out to the club just in case they get a little.
I can't.
But first of all, you might want to just consider your diet and some fiber pills. That's a great place to start. Fiber. By the way, okay. In my opinion, you're probably better off taking a powder than a pill.
A powder is way better than a pill.
You have to take and only because the pills are usually more expensive. You have to take like 20, not 20, I'm being a little, but it's like 6
You take
a day.
You have to take 12 a day. You take 6 in the morning, 6 pills in the morning, 6 pills at night. Yeah. Because also
that's literally a spoonful of Metamucil.
Yeah. So I'm on the Metamucil. I take 3 tablespoons of Metamucil in the morning, 3 tablespoons of Metamucil at night, and I think that gives me right. Like, to be honest, like TMI, and I do. But if I take so much Metamucil that I don't even have to wipe if I don't want to after I take a poo, I can, because it'd be a bitch. I'm like, it's like whoop, it's just clean as a whistle. But that's adding a lot of fiber to your diet. That is adding a lot of fiber. You were like, I don't know the mathematics, the schematics on that, but you are upping your fiber intake by a lot, having 3 tablespoons in the morning and 3 tablespoons at night. Also, you don't want to start there. You want to gradually get there, because if you're not used to taking that much fiber and you just do that, you can get really constipated. So don't go in like. And again, this is not medical advice. We are not doctors. We are not
You're the only one giving this advice, bitch.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah,
because I'm a fiber pill girl. So when you're taking the powder, do you just like mix it into water?
Yeah, water.
Yeah, Metamucil is orange flavored.
Yeah, they used to have the unflavored one, and they stopped making that, which I prefer the unflavored one better. I don't really love the orange one.
Gotcha. So you drink drink orange Metamucil twice a day.
Yes, 3 tablespoons in the morning, 3 tablespoons at night.
Oh, that seems like a lot.
It is a lot, but I'm telling you. Well, I also built up to that. Like when I started.
Please don't tell us again. We heard you. Please don't tell us again.
I built up to when I first started taking Metamucil. I would do just like one scoop in the morning with a glass of water, and then I realized over time I needed to add more fiber.
The fans gathered you
When?
because we
Oh God, what?
because when we're talking about Julieta, you girl, the fucking accent, you said Juliet. I saw Julieta Twitter.
Did I say that?
You said I saw Julieta Twitter. I said, oh my, not Shaggy, not Mr. Bombastic.
Yeah, so and yeah, I agree with Bob. Like I know some bottoms. Like I don't change my diet. I eat what I want. I don't like there are some bottoms like when they know or they're gonna take a particularly large penis or whatever, they don't eat.
Even if they don't know.
Yeah.
They just be red D.
Yeah, and like I don't but back when I was a woman of the world, I wasn't like douching before I went out. I'm like, bitch, if I'm going out, you gonna wait till like I didn't oftentimes go and get dick out of the club though. Like I would like go on an app and I would know what I was getting into. Like I rarely, and if I was hooking up with someone from the club, I wasn't bottoming. Bitch, we're a sucky or something else. Or
My name's like, nigga, you play in the mud, you gonna get dirty.
right. I was never a prep before I go out type of girl. That I think that is very impressive, and those people who do that work. But that has never been my ministry whatsoever.
All right, so yeah, I would start with some fiber and maybe just considering your diet.
Yeah.
Like how much fucking Nando's are you eating?
That peri peri is very, very good.
Maybe switch to the Tesco's meal deal. They have some very bland. Also, you won't have any problem finding bland food in London.
You know, Bob, there's a Nando's in Chicago.
I had heard.
It's so good.
By the way, you cannot make fun of the bland. If you make fun of the bland food in the UK, they go straight for school shootings. Do you know that's kind of their thing?
Oh my God.
Oh, that's their thing. If you go, y'all's food is bland. Yeah, well, at least our schools
Oh,
are
safe.
getting shut up. I'm like, Jesus. It's a whole thing on TikTok. It's like, oh my God, you guys like have these little doors. They're so funny. Well, at least our schools aren't looking like Call of Duty. And it's like, oh, all I did was make fun of some mushy peas. This feels, and they go far too. They were like, I'd be like, man, y'all got these old ass buildings. Well, at least we didn't have slavery. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
And I'd be like, and you did.
It's like 0 to 100.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Hi, ladies. My name is Sam, and I'm an 18-year-old from Chicago. I'm getting into the gay scene here, and I'm interested in maybe going to a bathhouse or going cruising, but I'm not sure what the rules are. Like, how do I know somebody is interested? How do I turn somebody down politely? What should I know before I go?
As a resident bathhouse whore, I think I should go first here. So bathhouses are very interesting. I find bathhouses to be a fun place to have fun and explore, and you can also meet lots of different types of guys. And I think that's like where like I kind of found like in my older age like what other things I was interested in or attracted to that I didn't know I was, because it was open season at the bathhouse. So the first time I went to bathhouse, it was when I was before Drag Race. I was booked to do Berlin nightclub in Chicago, and I'd heard about this bathhouse. Steamworks there, and I was like, ooh. So after my gig, I went with my suitcase, D-Drag at the club, had my suitcase, and I rolled up to Steamworks, and I'm in line. It's a Saturday night. Berlin is a Saturday night gig. It's like Saturday night, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I pull up to the Steamworks with my suitcase, not knowing, do not do what I do, not knowing that they have to check your things. So I go up to the door, and I'm like, hey, I want to come into Steamworks. And they're like, okay. I pay like $39, and I go in, and they're like, hey, before you go in, we need to check your bags. So I pull out like my little satchel, and they're like, no. We need to check your suitcase. And when I tell you, a line of faggots behind me, they open up my suitcase, and the wigs, the shoes, the glitter, the makeup that popped out like Mary goddamn Poppins. I was so embarrassed because everyone saw all my fucking shit. Anyway, at bathhouses, it's really open season. I think you have to really you feel what's going on, right? Like, everyone's looking at you. You go in and put your little towel on, and you walk around, and you have to like just read the room. When if someone makes extended eye contact with you, and they are like nudging their head towards your penis, or another thing people do is they walk past you, and as they walk past you, they're like glide their hand on your leg, or glide your hand on their butt, or glide your hand on their crotch. And that's like a telltale sign of, oh, I'm trying to hook up with you. And now if someone does that and you're not interested, a polite thing to do is kind of like, as they go to graze your leg, you just politely be like, and they get it. Oh, he's not interested, and they'll move on. Now, you will have the occasional, very, very persistent person that does not take no for an answer, and you just kind of have to just keep on. Like, you just get more and more aggressive, right? The first time, just like a this. The second time is like more like a this. The second time is more like, hey, I'm not interested, and like let them know. But you can normally after the first one, people like they get it and they will move on. But bathhouses are a really fun place to explore and have fun and do different things and engage in group sexual activity, or you can be by yourself. It's like a whole little smorgasbord of different sexual things you can do at a bathhouse.
A certain queen told me that she was at Steamworks, and let's just say there was a gentleman behind her. And then she was looking at this other like Twinkie guy who had a gentleman behind him, but they were facing each other.
Okay, wait. Okay. She's looking at, there's somebody behind her, and she's seeing the person.
Like behind her, like about like -8 inches away.
Oh, God. Okay.
Right
she's getting fucked.
And then there's someone right across doing the exact same scenario.
Okay.
Right across. And they're looking at each other. And it seems like really hot. And then in the middle, he just goes, I have to say, I just loved you on Drag Race.
Okay, can you tell me the queen name? We'll bleep it. And cover your mouth so they can't read your lips. Work. Of course. Yeah, but Bob, you've never been to like, okay, I know you've never been. Have you ever been curious to go?
No, I have no desire to go to the bathhouse. I have no
Why?
desire.
Can I ask why? Why is that?
I just don't want to be naked around a bunch of people. I don't like the idea of being rejected, especially in front of a lot of people. And I don't like the idea of having to reject someone in front of a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I also just feel like people in there just kind of low-key aren't wearing condoms. And I just don't know that that's my ministry.
Oh, yeah, they're not. The people not wearing condoms. I mean, I've never been fucked in a bathhouse. I have fucked someone and I had a condom on, but I've never been anally penetrated in a bathhouse. I have penetrated someone.
If Monet fucked you in a bathhouse, she was not wearing a condom. Please comment below. We're gonna get involved with this.
And
so first of all, an 18-year-old Chicago man, I want to say I don't think you can go to a bathhouse. I think you're too young to go to a bathhouse.
No, I think you can. I think you can do 18 because they don't serve alcohol at a bathhouse. And
Jake, can you Google the age limit at Steamworks?
Oh yeah.
But cruising is a whole different thing. Now, cruising, there's no alcohol, there's no establishment. It's just
Steamworks is 18 and up.
Yeah,
18 and up. Work. Cruising is. I have never cruised either. I have
really.
Never. I mean, I've like on the streets, but never at a cruising site. Never like the Rambles or the Meat Rack.
What about the train?
Or the. No, I mean, like in public, I've seen a guy and been like, let's go do a thing, but I've never gone to a cruising site like the Dick Dock in P-Town, the Rambles in Central Park, or the Meat Rack in Fire Island. I've never gone to an actual cruising site and like hung out with it. Also, I just don't want anyone like Bob the drag queening me at these establishments. Like it just doesn't feel like it'd be great. Someone once sent me a picture of myself at a bathhouse. Like I was on a poster at a bathhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Making a face like clean up your mess. I was like, it's a picture of me. I don't need that in my life.
I haven't been to a bathhouse situation since Drag Race. Like since the last time I went to a bathhouse was before Drag Race, because of that same experience.
You engaged in some wild behavior. You were sending nudes after Drag Race. Naomi said she did too.
Yeah, I sent nudes after Drag Race, but it was if I sent a nude, it was like someone that, again, I don't know this person that well, but I felt pretty certain that it wasn't going to be that type of vibe. And again, they could have surprised me and they could have put my shit everywhere, but I haven't been wrong yet. I've never seen a nude of mine out that I didn't put out myself.
I feel like you told me a story about going to a bathhouse in Puerto Vallarta with a friend, and we met pretty much.
That was post Drag Race. That was pre Drag Race because we used to travel.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. But yeah.
But so I don't. To be honest, I don't have a lot of advice to give you in terms of cruising because I've never really done it except like cruising someone on the streets, but never in a cruising site or a right back. I wouldn't know what they do in the bathhouse. I'd be looking crazy as hell.
Jacob, you're right. I went when Dewan and I went to Puerto Rico. We did go to the bathhouse in Puerto Rico. Well, not a bathhouse. It was a dark room at the club. I think like Club X.
Puerto Rico.
When in Puerto Rico, and there was, I think it's like Club X or something like that. And when I tell you, Bob, there are dark rooms, and this place was so dark. You could not see your hand like this in front of you. It is and then like you walking around, and I was like, let me just go see what it's like back there. And when I tell you, it's first of all, it smelled like shit. I mean, someone didn't do their business, and like I did go down to touch a penis, and it was wet. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. And that was the last.
You rubbed your eye? No, I'm just kidding. I've been in several dark rooms. You and I have worked in bars that have dark rooms. And then one of the bars we used to work at used to have a dark room. They turned the kitchen of that bar that you and I both worked with with
the rapey
at. Yeah. They turned the kitchen into a dark room. So I went in there.
While they're cooking the food?
No, there's no kitchen anymore. The kitchen's
gone.
Oh,
I was like, nah, this is next level.
And the dark room's also apparently shut down. But me, Mitch, and Kennedy walked through the dark room. Kennedy.
It's so wild to me that lesbians just do not have the same thing with sex that gay men do. I mean, so many like bathhouse and stuff is such a gay man thing. Like there's just not a lesbian or female or people. There's not that equivalent. Why is that? Why are men so horny and sexy?
I'm gonna try to answer this question as diplomatically as possible, but someone once told me that
the grass is much greener on the other side.
Makes you more horny. Like I know people who have started, using testosterone as their hormone, as their HRT, their hormone replacement therapy, and they're like, testosterone just makes you horny. Now, I'm not saying that all people who have more testosterone are all hornier, but I do know that a lot of people who are on HRT for testosterone or who are on some sort of blockers to block testosterone have been like, testosterone just makes you more horny.
You mean block estrogen to get more testosterone?
No. Some people do testosterone blockers and take estrogen.
And estrogen makes them more horny?
No. They were saying that the testosterone, when they had more testosterone, they were more horny.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, testosterone, dudes just be like, anyway. Yeah.
And I know, in that wild that, and they're like, no, you don't even know. It just makes you a lot hornier. You just want to get fucked all the time and have sex all the time or top all the time. Whatever you want to do, it makes you want to do it nonstop all the time.
You know those bottoms that are like insatiable bottoms that they just love getting fucked and they love getting brailled and they love doing it all day long and having being at a hotel and having just the door open and just.
We used to work with one.
Oh, yes.
Monet still does.
No. But I know who you talking about. The other way, who you talking about? She was wild.
At the same place with the same place.
She was
he
wild.
Was hot. He was so hot. Remember dating that ballet dancer? You remember that?
I do remember that. Now that ballet dancer was fucking hot.
I mean, he himself was insane. I was upset. He was beautiful.
I know. He's very much your tea. Yeah.
He got really muscly, and I was like, "You are swole."
Yeah, she
like toned.
She got wild. She got wild, girl. She had a psychotic break. Anyway, let's move on before we start some drama.
She moved
to where?
I don't want to say where he's from because they don't know really.
Oh, got it.
Back to his home state.
Got it. Good for her. Now, this is no shade, but we have all been over to a friend's house that they have scrubbed, dusted, washed, shampooed, disinfected, vacuumed the entire house. But no matter what they do, you still smell that nasty old litter box. Well, that's all changed, honey, since Pretty Litter. I just love her. Nothing beats Pretty Litter's ability to instantly trap odor. It's ultra absorbent, it's lightweight, low dust, and 1 6-pound bag works for up to a month without clumping. That means no more wasting litter, honey. And this really gives some peace of mind, okay? Pretty Litter's crystals change color to indicate early signs of potential illnesses in your cat, like urinary tract infections, kidney issues. Because cats be trying to hide their feelings. They be trying to hide their emotions. They be trying to hide their pain, and not no more. And if that wasn't enough, Pretty Litter ships right to your door, and you never have to worry about running out. You don't gotta have big old black bags, lugging them up some stairs, lugging them up through the driveway, lugging them up on the subway. No, ma'am. Just right to your door. Pretty Litter has helped eliminate cat box stink for many, many, many people. It can do the same for you. Make the switch today. Go to prettylitter.com/rivalry and use code rivalry to save 20% on your first order. That's prettylitter.com/rivalry, code rivalry to save 20% on your first order. prettylitter.com/rivalry, code rivalry. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details.
Are y'all ready to shop? Rakuten's Big Give Week is back. It is a festival of savings with 15% cash back. Do not miss headlining stores like Fenty Beauty, Crocs, Adidas, and hundreds more. Listen, you can't wait to save money on fashion and beauty. With Rakuten, you can get cash back at stores you love and on things you buy every day. Big Give Week is the perfect time to save on everything you need for spring and summer, like clothing, home decor, and travel. Listen, I love it because it helps me get great deals on everything I need the most. This week, May 8th through May 15th, Rakuten is having their biggest cashback event of the year. You can get 15% cashback at over 700 plus stores. This is for a limited time only, 8 days long, and it's time to sign up and start your shopping at Rakuten.com or get the app and start saving today. We only turn up savings for a Big Give Week once a year, so make sure you join by May 15th. You can shop like a VIP with 15% cash back. Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app. It's the most rewarding way to shop. That's Rakuten. Listen, when I'm in rehearsal for a show, it is always hard to stay properly hydrated and remember to drink enough water. Liquid IV is the category-winning hydration brand fueling your well-being, and their hydration multiplier is the one product you're missing in your daily routine. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than with water alone. Use it first thing in the morning before a workout, when you feel run down, or after a long night out. Or like on a long flight. If you have a long shift at work, there's a lot of ways to use Liquid IV. Listen, I know, honey, it's festival season. Planning for like faster, efficient hydration is essential. Liquid IV has you covered while you prep before, power through to the headliner, and recover after the weekend. Liquid IV's hydration is 2 times faster than with water alone, and it has 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. One stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water can hydrate you twice as fast and more efficiently than just water by itself. It contains 5 essential vitamins: B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C, with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, and is made with non-GMO premium ingredients. Liquid IV believes that equitable access to clean and abundant water is the foundation of a healthier world. Liquid IV partners with the leading organizations for innovation solution and to help communities protect both their water and their futures. To date, Liquid IV has donated over 39 million servings in 50 plus countries around the world. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco's, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code RIVALRY at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code RIVALRY at liquidiv.com.
Shall we do the next question?
Let's do the next question.
Hey, Baba Monet. My name is Tyrone. I am 34, and I am from Jamestown, New York. I'm a Patreon, so, hey, niggas, what up? Listen, I wanted to ask, I'm probably re-asking a question that you probably gotten before, but I have recently shaved my head.
Welcome.
I'm bald, and I'm continuing to shave my head. I have been experiencing some razor bumps and razor burn on a few areas of my head. And if you could just tell me what do you guys shave with? What is your head shaving routine to kind of help me out in my everyday routine? So it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Bye.
I don't want to upset Monet, but I'm going to stand up to get my phone so I can give you the money. You're not going to be mad if I stand up, are you?
Yo, this nigga
Are
will
you
not
okay?
sit down. This nigga will not sit his ass down.
Well, I want to give him the exact name. And I want to say we'll post I ain't posting. Honestly, if we post this link, we should do like an Amazon shop link because I ain't giving Bezos no money without me getting some money too. But go ahead, Monet. I'm gonna look for this thing that I have.
So my routine, I use the T outliner clippers, and like it's the one that they would use at the when you had hair, when they would like line you up. It's the light gray one, the Andis T outliner clippers. I use those to shave my head. Right now, if my hair and if you have like more than like, I would say, I don't know how to call it. If you have like a lot of hair, you can't use that to shave your head. But if you're like pretty low, you can use that to get your hair clean. Then after that, I go in with one of those foil shavers, the long ones, the one with like 2 rows of like foil, and I use that to smooth my hair out. And that's what I use to shave, because when I first started shaving, I went with like a normal Gillette straight razor. And when I tell you the way I broke out on my head at I was 25, whatever age it was, it really broke me out. And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, am I doomed to live this existence every time I shave my head and have this like, I'm gonna tell you, it was so bad. So I started using the T outliners to jet my hair, to get the hair really low. And I used with the foil razors, either the ones with the circles or the bars. They both work for me and they don't irritate me. And I shave my head with that. After that, I go in with Tend Skin. You can find Tend Skin at any beauty supply store. You can look at it on Amazon. I go in with Tend Skin and I put it on my hands. I rub it up and I go over my head and wherever I shaved, and it burns a little bit, but it acts as an anti-ingrown hair solve. And it prevents me from getting ingrown hairs and razor bumps. Likewise, if you are into, I don't know about your head. Well, you're talking about head, not talking about shaving. I also got laser hair removal, like from hair docs. I would get ingrown hairs a lot here. And when I got laser hair removal here, it stopped happening. So that's my tips and tricks for shaving.
Okay. I have when I say I have very kinky, very nappy, very, 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 like my hair is as kinky as hair can be. Like I cannot overstate enough how kinky my hair is. So I have a really hard time with I can't use any foil on my head, because if I do, I get all these bumps back here. It gets really, really bad.
Okay, so these are the T outliners. They look just like this. I have the wireless ones. That's a T outline. I use that to shave my head clean first. And then I go in with the Braun foil ones, and I get it smooth afterwards. Looks like this.
Now, when I use that, I get the bumps on my head. And I recently did a TV show where I let someone do it. And I was like, let's just see. Maybe my hair is, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I was doing it wrong. And they did it, and I still got the bumps. That was when a professional did it. So I use something called the Wall Titanium. No, it's Wall. Wall is the brand. Stainless steel lithium ion 2.0 slate beard trimmer for men. This is a game changer for me. This has got me as close to a like squeaky as I've been since I used a razor on my head years and years and years ago. I cannot recommend this enough. Again, it is the Wall stainless steel lithium ion 2.0 slate beard trimmer. It is a little bit expensive. It's about $79. But it is, and it holds a charge forever. This thing will hold a charge for so long. Also, congratulations on letting go of the ghost. Listen, when you start losing your hair, some people hold on too long. That's their business. Longer than I would have. Longer than I would have done. You're going to save so much money on haircuts and haircuts. But also, something I learned too, when you you still need to shampoo your head and condition your scalp. You still have to condition your scalp. So again, when you get in the shower, just rub some conditioner on it, leave it there for a little bit, and then rinse the conditioner off. Just because you're bald does not mean you can stop conditioning your scalp.
It's also skin up there too, so you still need to moisturize it too. Like it's still skin. You still want to hydrate the skin up there and take care of it because bitch is exposed. And also, what I learned this too, bitch, you go out in the sun for a long time, you will get sunburn. I get sunburn on my head all the time if I do not put sunblock on my head if I'm going to be out in the sun for a while.
I've never had a sunburn in my life.
Ever.
Never, not even one time. Ever once.
Gag. I get sunburn.
Should we make a shop link? You know, should we make a shop link?
We should. That's a good idea, Bob.
We could each make our own little shop link. Jacob, you know,
Are we going to do a Sibling Rivalry shop link?
I don't know. Does it work like that?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I can figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, what's our next question?
Hi, Bob and Monet. My name is Indigo B. Stone. I'm a young drag queen. Monet, I just did a gig with you recently at Drake University. It was so amazing. Thank you so much for an amazing experience.
So
my question for you is, I've been doing drag for about 4 years, and I'm constantly getting asked by almost everyone in my life to either put them in drag or be their drag mother. And it's so exhausting sometimes. I don't oftentimes know how to answer. Sometimes I say, oh, I'm not really a good makeup artist. I only know how to do my own makeup. Or if people ask me to be their drag mother, I say, my tubes are tied. I have too many. But I don't really know how to deal with people constantly asking. And I know for a fact you both have dealt with a lot of that. So do you have any advice for when people ask those annoying questions?
Is you first?
You know, I am very honest, and I find that it helps me get through my day when I just say stuff like, I don't like putting people in drag. It brings me no joy. I don't love putting people in drag. Just so you guys know, I don't even put people in drag when we're here, and we don't even hide it. I don't do their makeup. I don't do their hair. I help them create their number, but I don't get any joy out of putting makeup on other people. That's not true. Every once in a while it can be fun if we're doing something campy and silly and fun. But like for the purpose of like helping you feel your zhuzh fantasy, I'm like, you know, maybe you need to figure that out on your own. Even my own drag kids. I may have painted a few of their faces once or twice. I think I painted Lily Heavenly's face, her first time doing drag. Miss Cracker's face, her first time doing drag. And that's it. All my other drag kids did it on their own.
You did Nick.
And you know, who?
Nick Smith.
I did Nick's makeup one time, a long time ago. And I'm also like, it's being a drag mom is something I take very seriously. And I'd be like, I genuinely don't have the time to commit to being your drag mom. And I take being a drag mom very, very seriously. That's something I say to people a lot too.
Yeah, I'm agree. I'm the same. I do not like putting people in drag. I don't get fun. There are some people who love doing it. Like some girls love putting people in makeup. I do not enjoy that. It's not my thing in drag. And I'll say, girl, I do not like putting makeup on people. I am not. You saw me. It almost sent me home on season 10. I'll make a joke like that or something like that. And as far as being someone's drag mom, I just say I don't want any kids. I would say I don't want any kids, and then oftentimes something like that. I'll just make a joke after it. I was like, I don't want no kids, and blah 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 blah. Blah.
The reason why I don't make jokes is because then they like if you say something like I'm not good at makeup, they'll go, I don't care. I like your makeup. But when you say I get no joy from putting people in makeup and I do not want to do it. Then they can't be like, I don't mind. You're making it clear. I mind. I don't want to put you in. I do not want to put anyone in makeup. I genuinely don't like it.
It's also a thing of when you're at the gym and someone's like, "Can I have a hug?" And I'm like, "I'm really sweaty." I'm like, "I don't mind, bitch. I didn't say you. I don't care what you like, bitch. I don't want to hug you because I'm wet."
That's why I say stuff like, "I'm not interested in it." But Monet's seen this. I just tell people straight up. But I don't think I'm mean with it. I just say stuff like, I don't like the word blunt because blunt feels like someone like an excuse for someone who is mean and acts like they're not mean. But I think that I am very direct with my words. But I don't think I'm mean though.
You can be. I think that oftentimes you're direct, but sometimes it can come off mean for sure.
Like when?
Like if we're at the airport or something and someone wants a picture and you're like, I'm not interested.
I didn't say that. You never heard me say to someone at the airport, I'm not interested.
You've never I feel like I have.
No.
You said that to me. You said, Monet, I'm not interested to take a picture with you.
Sometimes I'll say it is too early. It's too early.
See, like, that feels mean.
I'll say it's no. If I'm there, it's like 6 a.m. I say it's too early, and I don't want that picture of me floating around the internet anywhere. I don't want you to have that picture. I don't want it to be private. I do not want. I don't. I'm not.
Is this the hand feels very threatening. You can say all that. You can say all that
Threatening.
yes, because your big ass hand. I'm looking at this camera. Your hand look like it's about to eclipse my face.
Oh, and you think what do you think your hand look like coming toward the camera?
Honey, look. Look at this little
Who do you
hand.
think you are, Kenya Michaels?
Look at this little hand.
Georges? If you'll put them fucking catcher's mitts down, bitch.
Bobby, because it'd be like it'll be like a 5-year-old girl. They'd be like, Bob, can I have a picture? I don't want to.
When he's making up scenarios, that has never happened.
Waving his big ass hand that's probably twice the size of her body. Like I don't want this picture of me.
You are making up a scenario that has never happened. But I've never seen me at the airport at 6 a.m. waving my hands at 5.
I've seen this imagery.
I have told people that I don't want to hug them, and I have told people that I don't want to take a picture if I don't want to take a picture. But you know, that's not, but I'm also I don't avoid. I don't look at this conversation, but I don't avoid. I don't want to suffer so that someone else doesn't feel bad. Like I don't want to feel bad so that you don't feel bad. I prioritize myself.
The clip is going around when we had I don't forgot what argument it was. And it's the clip of you like, I will consider you, but I will
prioritize myself. I will always consider you, but I will always prioritize myself. That's true.
No, it's good, but it just cracks me up.
I just want to remind you all, while Monet's laughing about me, go look up the fans' reaction to Monet at DragCon UK. I always bring that story back. Whenever I need to sprinkle in a little truth about Monet and the way she treats her fans, yeah, honey, I mean, them fans.
Okay,
grab Monet by the sponges, honey.
I'm gonna get a little 6-year-old Shelby to give a confession about you.
I've never been mean to a 6-year-old. Maybe when I was 6. Maybe the last time I was mean to a 6-year-old, I was 6. I was also 6.
And to be fair, according to you were 6 feet tall too. 6 years old.
I was
feet tall.
6'2" in 7th grade.
That is crazy.
But I was when I was 6, I was about 100 pounds though.
I don't know if that's a lot or a little bit.
The average kindergarten is 45 pounds.
You are double the size of a kindergarten.
I was 95 pounds in kindergarten.
You know, I'm laughing. I probably was too. I was always a big kid, so I probably would. Bitch, I probably had a $120 on you, girl.
Do you know how much you weighed when you were born?
I don't.
What, Jacob?
I was wondering if you knew how much you weighed when you were born.
I don't. I had no idea.
Let me call my mother and ask her.
Wow, must be nice. Damn, cold ass bitch.
Why can't you call your mother?
Bitch, I don't know what she at.
I mean, but
damn,
your mom
cold ass bitch.
Not June.
Not by flaunting it. Oh my.
Not June, Monet. Oh my God.
Hello.
Did I wake you up, Ma?
No, you didn't wake me up. What's going on?
I'm doing a podcast. I have a quick question for you.
Okay.
How much did I weigh when I was born?
6 pounds and some ounces.
That's a small baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I was thick and dense and I was 95 pounds in kindergarten.
And where are you?
I was.
You always been. You didn't look back. You was like a thick kid.
Yeah, I was.
You was solid. You was solid.
Hard to push over.
Can you ask Miss Caldwell how many ounces and pounds I was when I was born?
You wasn't no little lightweight baby. Like I told you, I used to have to. When you was 5 years old, I had to make you walk to the bed. Still carry you some I couldn't carry you. You was too
I remember wanting my mom to hold me. I remember like one day my mom just yelling, "Boy, you too big."
You were. Too heavy.
Chris, you are too big.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I picture your mom be like, "Oh, you got to walk to bed. I can't put you to bed."
Well, I remember. I specifically remember that me and my mom. That's Monet for the podcast.
Hi, Miss Caldwell.
I also specifically remember me and my mother wearing the same shoe size when I was in 3rd grade. Me and my mom.
I don't know if you in 3rd grade. You might have been like in 5th grade. grade.
No, it was third grade. 'Cause I remember it was Miss Henley's class, and you was wearing the Sauconys. The Sauconys were cool at school
I'm trying to see. Hold on. You were when you was.
because you were a 9.
I'm gonna tell you why I can remember y'all sizes
Why?
because when you were a kid, except for you might have been wearing a regular shoe size because your foot was bigger than Justin. Because your foot still bigger than Justin were a 9.5.
Justin was the 9.5.
And you were a 12.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
ridiculous.
I remember that my age was my shoe size from 5 to 12. Do you remember that?
Yeah, your age, your shoe size.
So when what?
When you were 12 years old, you were wearing size 12 though.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I gotta finish this podcast. I love you so much, Mom.
No, okay, I love you too. Take it with you.
Jacob's here, yes.
Hey, Miss Caldwell.
Everybody there but me.
You
Oh my God.
you can do the podcast one day, Mom.
No, it's all right.
She said, I'm good.
I love you.
I love you too, Judge. Think about love him.
All right, we'll do. Bye bye. My mother says she loves you, Jacob.
Must be nice to have a mom you can call and ask about your shoe size.
Money, you do have a mom. A woman raised you, so put some respect on her name.
Must be nice to find out how many pounds and ounces you were when you were born.
God. You're ridiculous. Well, the answer, I was 6 pounds and some ounces, which is a petite little. I was giving puss, honey. I was giving puss this thing. How much does the average baby weigh?
Average baby weights. According to the WHO,
7 pounds, 6 ounces.
Yeah, so you were average, aka basic.
I was below average.
Yeah,
I was below average.
You were below average, honey. I was 9 average. I was above average, honey.
On the June gave birth to a honey baked ham, honey. June gave birth to a butterball turkey.
That was my first drag name, honey. Welcome to the stage, honey baked ham, honey.
Monet wanted to change her name to Mistake a couple of years before Drag Race.
I did, and I was like, nah, I can't do that. Do you think?
Do you guys have one more?
I mean, do you think I missed out on an opportunity? Do you think that would have like changed my career?
I mean, to be honest, what's in a name? I feel like the name of the queen doesn't matter quite as much as what she creates and what she does. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't. I mean, I will say that when I changed my name to Bob the Drag Queen, it did kind of do something for my career locally. But I think also I was just at a different point in my life at that time. I had just ended my show with Frosty Flakes, and I had my first solo show. And then I think I did my solo show called Pretty Kitty Live when I was Kidding with a Whip for like a few months. And then I changed it to the Bob show, Bob the Drag Queen. And something did take off. I think that there was an intrigue of like, why does this drag queen have this horrible name? You know?
Not this horrible name. No, Bob, it's a great name.
But I think Monet Exchange and Mistake are similar enough that I think you still be the same.
I'm dropping
you know
the
I mean?
exchange. I just want to be Monet. I just want to be a one name queen.
Are you really?
Yeah, I just want to drop the exchange. I just want to be Monet.
Why would it be Mohart so bad?
What?
It's going to be
Why are you obsessed with her
rough
so
to
much?
Google against. You're going up against the painter.
And one of us is more famous.
Do you really want to compete with the makeup and with the
makeup
with the painter?
The makeup?
Isn't there a makeup brand called Monet?
No.
No?
No. There's Bomo with Bob and Monet, but there's not.
Yeah, Monet Beauty.
There's no Monet Beauty.
Google it.
Bob literally generates Bob. You just made this website. You just did this website.
I did not make that website, Monet. You always swear I'm doing something in these streets.
Oh my God, there is a Monet Beauty. What the fuck?
You don't want to compete. You don't want to compete with the painter, Monet. You can't compete. I mean, he's not making anything new. You know what I mean? But you don't want to compete with that.
Oh my God. Why did I choose this name?
What's wrong with Monet Exchange?
I just don't want to be Exchange anymore. I just want to be Monet.
Can you articulate why?
Just because I mean, I'm just tired of going by Monet Exchange. I just want to be a one. I want to be a one name queen, a one word queen.
I mean, people call you Monet.
Yeah.
Damn, but you act like somebody chose the name for you. What's wrong with you? I think that if I could go back, I'd probably change my SAG name to Bob the Drag Queen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you not change
And
it?
I can go back, but
Yeah,
I
but
just don't feel like it.
yeah. Why can't you just do that?
I probably will. I think that I do want to be credited as Bob the Drag Queen, even when I'm not in drag. I just like that being my name, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that when I joined Actors Equity, which I don't think I'm even a member of anymore, me and Patty, um, I think that I just chose it because I thought Bob the Drag Queen would look weird if I wasn't in drag, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But who cares? Like, this is who I am. I'm Bob the Drag Queen, you know.
Yeah. When so would you ever legally? I know you don't like your legal first name. Would you ever legally change your name to Caldwell Tadiki?
No, because I like my last name being Caldwell. Me, my mom, my brother, we all have the same last name.
Oh,
That means a lot to me.
not all.
Aw, what happened to her? She passed away. Aw. I'm on a Wendy Williams TikTok. I am on a Wendy Williams talk.
I mean, and I know she's not coming back. So I feel like we really didn't cherish Wendy when she was, and again, in all of her problematicity. And I know you do not need to say Monet, Wendy. I know.
I'm not saying
No, not you. I'm talking to the people who are like, girl, she was I know. But Wendy Williams was so funny. I'm obsessed.
You know, I have been on these flavor packets like hardcore lately.
What flavor packets?
I think I have an addiction.
What flavor
So
packets?
you know I'm a Crystal Light queen, right?
Uh-huh.
I am gone deep into the world of like flavoring your bottles of water. I have been drinking the Starburst all pink. And now I have the Skittles.
Are they 0 calories?
5 calories.
That's not bad.
And now I have the Skittles versions. And I'm about to just be in these streets just buying like all of them. And they come so many to a pack.
Well, you know what it is? It's taking us back to the Kool-Aid days, but just not Kool-Aid was so much sugar is bad for you. It does Kool-Aid just not as bad for you.
And during the pandemic, when we were in lockdown, Jacob remembers, I was just chugging gallons of this stuff every day. Do you remember this, Jacob?
That much of it can't be good for you, though.
Yeah, you're like your little Mio flavored water fantasy.
The Mio, oh god,
Yeah, the
that's
Mio.
when you had that little liquid you pour in a thing of juice.
It was a lot of Crystal Light. That was the big one.
It was Crystal. It was mostly Crystal Light, and I would take the packets, and I had this one like, I think I had like a large kombucha that I emptied out that I drank, and then I would keep refilling the kombucha and like just chugging it, and like refilling it and chugging it and refilling it and just chugging it and drinking gallons of this a day.
I remember one time I came to your house, you told me this. I was like, and I said to you, do you remember this? I was like, girl, this how you were with Crystal Light. I do not want to see you when you used to drink.
Baby. Baby.
Like,
when I tell you I used to down them. I'm gonna show you one day, just like a reprise.
I would love that. Yeah, I'm like, y'all. Bob would get a bottle of water. First of all, I've told you this before. When you would go to Bob's old house, and I would come up with a snack or a drink.
Old house, bitch. What I live in now too.
Bob had the standard rule: if you come to his house, you have to bring him what you got for yourself as well. So everything you buy in double, so you have it for you, and offerings to Saint Bob when you go to his fucking house. As fucking tithes and offerings.
Well, Monet would show up at your house with food.
Okay.
Just for herself. Monet would show up with one drink, one cup, just sit in your living room and eat. Bitch, you go to people's house, you bring something. What the hell? I bring food to your house. When I have food for me, I bring food for you too. Do I not?
That's not always true.
If I have food for myself, I bring food for you. I never bring food just for myself.
I don't know if that's true. We haven't been to my house in a long time, so who knows?
But I bring chips for me and I bring chips for you. I bring multiple. I bring a 2-liter or something. I don't usually come with food because I don't grocery shop or anything.
Well, okay, that's you doing it off of your. That's okay. You do that. I don't have to do that.
Wow. All right. Get there.
And then when you showed the boss house, I think people like, Monet, I can't believe you didn't bring me something to drink.
Because you should bring me something. Like you gonna just come to my house and just sit here and just eat in my face.
Yes.
That's great, Monet. That is wild.
You're insane.
What would your mother say if she knew you was doing that? What would your mother say?
I would say, Monet, tell Bob to buy his own damn food.
Anyway, I love you very much.
I love you too, Bob. Bob. Okay, well, we'll talk about it next episode.
What? You can't do that. You're not edging.
I was in New York and I didn't get to see you. I'm very sad.
I know. We'll talk about it next episode.